Dear Blocky Diary, this week was productive, pretty productive. I spent most of my time this week on my server, the BeefSMP. And you know what, to little of my surprise, the first thing I saw once again was ice frost walking my pond or whatever. Like, what am I to do with him, huh? Frozen ponds aside, I had a few things I had to get done on the BeefSMP today before the main event. The first thing in order is that I had to restock Hunter's rocket shop, and that's because I'm cutting a deal if you've been watching the previous episode, so that's the reason I do it. I also needed more jungle wood for a future project, so I went to go deforest a nearby jungle. I also found a group of pandas, which I unfortunately later learned that they're called an embarrassment. You know, that's kinda sad. That's what I'd be called if there were a bunch of me. And now that all those tasks were out of the way, I get to go to the main event this video. Yes. You see, on the BeefSMP, we have a rule where we can only build our base about 2,000 blocks out from spawn. And if you take a look at the spawn map, you will notice on the right-hand side, about 1/10 of the land is a giant ice biome. Now, nobody ever uses this biome, but oh boy, are we about to. You see, I got together with MIKAROO and Jazzo, and we have an evil plan just to take over the entire biome. Yeah, I'm not kidding, just the entire biome. The main basis of how we'll take this whole thing over is we're gonna build a wall. A really, really, really big wall. But before we build a wall, we need a plan on how to actually build it. First things first, we had to keep it a secret until the wall was done. Which was pretty hard because I usually fill Ethan in on everything, and now that I'm not, he got a little bit jealous. So he went off and built his own secret without me knowing anyway. The other issue in our plan is that we needed an actual building strategy to make the wall. You see, our plan was to lava cast it over at build height, and it was a little bit annoying to figure out the best way to do that. So I went on a creative world and experimented with different lava casting methods for a wall. The first one was a very simple one, which I thought would work, but it didn't, because what it generates is something called a lot of fragmenting at the bottom, and as you can see, we'd have to fill in a whole lot of holes, so that wouldn't work. The other one was from some tutorials from this awesome guy I found to make some nice walls. The only issue is that it took a bit more setup and we just wanted it to be easy. We're lazy, okay? But it was still a really nice wall. Go check him out. So after a lot of experimenting, I came up with my own method, which doesn't have any fragmentation at all, and it's pretty easy to do. Just take a look at this. Maybe I'll do a tutorial on this in the future, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward. I think you guys could piece it together. And now that we knew how to build a wall, we gathered resources and we started building it. Now, everybody had different tasks. Jazzo, he pretty much did nothing, but he did put up a few signs claiming the land. We are naming our new empire the Ice Navy, because it's catchy. It's like that song. Here, I'll give you a piece. Ice Navy, do, we'll kill you if you trespass, baby, do. Yeah, that's pretty cheesy, but we're gonna go with it anyway. MIKAROO actually did all the lava casting, even though I came up with the method, and that's because my task was going around and bridging the outline for the wall, and I thought it would be faster if I did it because I speed bridge. If you've watched the first episode, which you totally should, you can go check that out. I'm not very good, but it was also good practice. And after several hours of hard work, we finally came out with a product. A nice wall that would even make Mr. Trump blush. Now, I also ran out of a bunch of cobblestone during the whole thing, so I also had to do a bunch of beacon mining in the process. I also finished off by mapping out the biome, and I built us a very temporary base. So you guys may ask, Beef, why did you guys build a wall? Why do you want to take over a giant biome? And the answer to that is, because we want to. It's just cool, okay? And also, nobody else really wanted to take it. Nobody else was doing something with it, so we thought we just would. Yeah, we just would. Shortly after that, I decided to work on improving my gold farm storage system. I used a very simple module. It's one of those... I don't know the name of the whole thing, but it's just the simple hopper thing everybody else does. And I also made a system to dispense the swords into lava. After that, I had to go to Port ScutterButt to build an extra event. You see, what we're doing is a treasure hunt in a couple days, and I wanted to throw in one more thing, which was a target game. It's a fairly simple game. You basically pay to get a few arrows to shoot with a bow, and if you get it in the very middle of the target block, you're gonna get some gold. And you know what? This is so simple to make, I can even quickly give you a tutorial. Let's get right into it.
First things first, you're going to need some redstone. That includes a target block, a comparator, a couple lines of redstone, a dispenser, and a repeater. Next up, you need to find an actual location to put your device. After you digged out your target block a couple blocks back a little bit, put down a comparator on the other side of the target block, and then place, after that comparator, 14 pieces of redstone. You can do 15 if you want it to be more precise, but I like to do 14 because it's just easier for people. After those 14 lines, just simply put down a repeater to extend that good old redstone pulse, and then also put down your dispenser and fill it up with all your rewards and goodies. To make sure that the dispenser's properly powered, you can use another repeater going into a block with the dispenser on top, and then you could just put a block over that. And now that's all the redstone. Very simple. You could cover it all up with any blocks you want. And it's just a simple build overall. It's very fun, and maybe you could put in some fireworks if you get it right. You know, that just throw something else nice in there.
Phew. Whew. Oh, that was a whole lot. And finally, after all that work, the event at Port ScutterButt is on. Before we did the treasure hunt though, we had a bunch of fun with different events. People went down and used the villagers, people went and pet Wing Chun Panda, people also decided to play the archery game, but even more relevant, me and Dino got in a bit of a bar bet, you see. So we basically kept drinking random suspicious stews until one of us died. And that was pretty fun. I lost, unfortunately, though. And he got to keep my head along with that. And now we were ready for the big event, the treasure hunt. We had MIKAROO, Dino, Mr. Glitch, and Quinema all competing against each other. So the basis of this treasure hunt, you have to put your belongings into a chest and take out a temporary set of gear. After that, you're gonna have to follow certain instructions to get to the actual prize. Once you get to the prize and beat everybody, you have to get it into an ender chest. Another thing to note is that PvP is allowed after the first clue. It got pretty interesting, what else can I say? And now everybody was ready, and they were ready for the first clue. So I handed it out, and the first clue was, the pink in the port will guide you. The pink in the port will guide you. A lot of people had a lot of trouble with this one, so I decided to actually give them a bit of a clue. So since Mike has a head start, I'm going to give you guys a tip. There's something pink in the port, and it's going to guide you.
And you said the same thing, but...
Now MIKAROO, he's been to Port ScutterButt before, so he already knew that there was a pink trail of these random poles leading to a Zai head that Zai built near the port. However, the rest of the people have not been here very much, so they did not know this. Quinema and Glitch, though, actually found it, and they started following, and Dino was unfortunately left in the dark. Now while Dino is making his way to the Zai head, let me quickly explain to you guys what the second clue is. Once you actually get to the Zai head, there's a random chest in there, which has a whole bunch of compasses that point to the next clue, which is a cool little cave with a couple traps in it, with a wall at the end that gives the next one. So by the time everybody got to the Zai head, MIKAROO was already on the way there, and so was Quinema and Glitch. Dino was lagging behind a little bit, but luckily he was able to get there around the same time as Quinema.
I feel like I know where it is, but actually that's a far away. Would you put it 1,000 blocks away?
Oh, run! Oh no! Okay, we got a fight going. We got a fight. Do-ba-dee-do-ba-dee-do.
Dude, why is Java so weird?
Yeah, Java's weird. Oh boy. Oh! Now, even though Dino was just killed by Quinema, believe it or not, he still has a chance. Do not forget that. Now for the second clue, if you manage to trek your way through the cave, you're going to be met with, after a few traps, you're going to be met with about 2 signs. And these 2 signs read, "The next clue I've prepared for you may drive your brain wild, for the final map is at the top of a wizard's spiral." Now this clue here kinda stumped a whole bunch of people, but I'm gonna quickly explain it for you guys. You see, over at Spawns, I decided to build a giant wizard tower because, well, it looks cool. It doesn't have any purpose, but it sure does look cool, and I decided to put some maps in there. Now MIKAROO figured out the clue around when Quinema did, but unfortunately for MIKAROO, Quinema was smart, and he used the nether to get there 8 times faster, so he managed to get there before MIKAROO. In order to help out Dino, I decided to put some slowness potions on both Quinema and MIKAROO.
No! No! I am slowing you down. You are not gonna be ahead.
Now even though Quinema was first, something bad happened to him. He couldn't find the entrance somehow. And he assumed that the entrance was at the top where I was, so he climbed up, and for some reason he started hitting me thinking I was attacking him, and he died to my thorns. Yeah. Now MIKAROO, he was fresh on the pace to the chords, and so was Dino. But unfortunately for MIKAROO, he forgot to take a map. So when he got there, he had no clue where to dig. So I wouldn't help him. I'm just that mean, and he was already ahead.
Get a map.
Blow up, blow up, blow up.
Oh, why are there fireworks?
Oh, Mike, you're in trouble. You're in real trouble here. That's for you. You gotta slow down, Michael.
I have it! I have it!
Good,
It's
now,
mine!
Now get back to Port ScutterButt.
So MIKAROO technically won. Or did he? You see, he still had to get it to an ender chest, and Dino was right there. And this went down in an interesting chase.
Uh-oh.
Come on, dolphins, 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 dolphins.
Oh, Michael!
Yes! Dolphin! Thank
This has
you!
become Dream. This is Dream Manhunt.
Do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.
I just want...
He flanked him out! Oh my gosh! This is Dream! Okay, Annan, Aiden, if you guys want to stand a chance, you gotta try to get to an ender chest where you think Michael would be and just kill him, okay? You gotta prepare to kill Michael.
Unfortunately though, everybody thought MIKAROO was going to the ender chest at Port ScutterButt, but he did like a 200 IQ move, and while we were all waiting there, he went to spawn and put it in there. What a boring guy, am I right? So that capped off the entire event at Port ScutterButt, and I gotta say, it was really, really fun to spend time with everybody there. Me and Ethan, we really wanted to show off that build, and this was the perfect way to do it in my opinion. And that's also probably the last little bit I'm ever gonna be working on Port ScutterButt again, because we just got bigger projects that I personally want to focus on. I think Ethan's still building a ship there, but for me, Port ScutterButt is pretty much done. So that's pretty much everything that I did this week. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm still really experimenting with this channel, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't, my workflow and all that, but overall I think I'll get it eventually. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a good day.